Hello, grandmas and grifters. My name is TB Skine. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we've met cool grandma, the only old person in Final Fantasy XIV. Not quite true, but it feels that way. And she's promised to get us into a cool library where we'll do some things and probably prevent the end of the world, maybe kill the Emperor. That would be cool, but we are definitely for sure gonna kill the Pope. Maybe not tonight, but definitely at some point. So, let's talk to Granny Weatherwax here and hear what she has to say.
Oh, the great library's guardian shouldn't pose any difficulty for a hero like you. But if it turns out you aren't up to the task, well then, I'll know you can't be trusted with something as dangerous as an etheric ram. I'll put a pair of familiars at your disposal. One's a Piroga, who'll help you locate the tome. The other is that broom yonder, who'll let you into the library. Well, what are you waiting for? Introduce yourself, boy.
Okay. Hello, broom.
Greetings, good sir. I am Broomsby, my late servant for some 50 years. May I say what an honor it is to serve you? I am given to understand you wish to enter the great Gubal library. To find it, pray head east upon leaving this cave. The building will come into view shortly after you reach the collapsed bridge. I shall go and fetch my fellow familiar on the way to the entrance. When your preparations are in order, pray come and meet me there. It will be my pleasure to unlock the door for you.
Please do the trust so we can have a frog in our party. What is the trust? Oh, the duty support. Right. That, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely we'll do that. This dungeon has lore books scattered around with about everything from Garlian honorifics to a love letter to Braveflox Alltalks. Well, we shall go and find those then. Or we'll at least try it. Hello. You know what, honestly, to be a giant robot with a hot lady shit sitting on your shoulder. That wouldn't be too bad. Like, I can think of worse things. Interesting, like, with the Grecian columns thing that it's... So that's another thing, right? Like, in terms of... Like, we talked earlier on the stream, not really in the recording, but on the stream earlier we talked about, like, the defaultness of certain kinds of aesthetics and architecture in Western culture, right? And so here we have, like, this great library, right? Like, this great and sort of magical fantasy library thing. And it's designed with, like, Grecian columns and, like, a sort of classical Western architecture style for the most part. And then, like, with little embellishments and shit all over the place. But, like, for the most part, in sort of a very classic sort of, what you would imagine... Oh, hello, a procession. What you would imagine a sort of Grecian temple to look like, which is like, it's fun to notice those little, thank you for that, the subscription, Hellcrow, to notice those little defaults that, like, our aesthetics, like, the aesthetics of the sign default to.
A great Gubal library. Whatever the reason, it boggles my mind to think that such a grand repository of knowledge could be abandoned. As a child, I would often come here, not only on Master Matoya's errands, but for my own research besides. I am Perorogo, and it shall be my pleasure to guide you in the library.
Your stands for the great Gubal library, one of Heideland's foremost repositories of knowledge. Alas, it has fallen into disuse since the Exodus some summers since. In all those years, its halls have welcomed not the coming of a single soul. Its floors felt not the loving brush of a broom. My apologies, sir. Pray no mind to the dreams of a humble broom. You are doubtless eager to venture within and retrieve my lady's tome. I shall unlock the door at once. When you have what you seek, pray return to the cave and report to my lady.
Here we're getting a performance of the Four Fiends battle theme. Oh, a crafter glam. Fancy. I like the hat with it. Like a little sailor hat, almost. That's kind of cute. Nice coat, though. That's a really... I like that. That's a really cool coat. Ooh. Oh, casual. Shit, like fashion. I'm so weak to these. I like that it's all leather. That works, again, really well with the sort of dark lady with the glasses, sort of refined vibes thing that you've got going on there. That's really cool. Anyway, it's friggin' okay. Gotta go to the library with a frog. Porogo. A perorogo. This is supposed to be Italian. Perorogo. The frog can be the tank if you're playing as DPS. That's amazing. Oh, the music here. That is a cool dungeon theme. Ooh, glitchy. Yeah, like lots of dissonance. It's like it's working in multiple keys at the same time. That's interesting. Is this the battle theme? What? It's like chill jazz. What the hell? Oh, it's not the battle theme. It's just like that? Okay. Okay, but how do you get to most of those books, though? Like, do you just have to walk out on that little tiny itty-bitty ledge? What the hell? Who designed this? OSHA's gonna have to have words. Like, do they just assume you can fly? Oh, wait a minute. Wait, hang on. Are those ink bottles? Oh, they are. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, it seems a pity to kill you.
Fun fact, Alpha Nord Icon is an Arcanist, a DPS job, while Y'shtola Icon is of Conjurer, a healer job. The actual roles are reversed because don't ask.
Yeah, I guess just 'cause. Classic ancient library, though. Like, sort of very classic fantasy magic library. Ooh, books with teeth. The meter changes too. Like just the way that, like the tone, the timing on the song. I really like that. Okay, found a book. The rise of the Garlian Empire in the year 1522 of the 6th Astral Era led to significant changes in the structure of Garlian society. This is most evident in the adoption of titles, which serve to indicate an individual's place within the social hierarchy. The following information was compiled with the aids of informants within the Empire and has yet to be verified. Royalty, Zoz, the Emperor. Ye, member of the royal family in line of succession. Wir, member of the royal family with no claim to the throne. Military, Van, Legatus, Toll, Tribunus, Il... Is that an L or an I? Iaticlavus, I guess? Sas, Tribunus... Oh, no, that would be Tribunus Laticlavius, okay. Sas, Tribunus Augusti Clavius, or Praefectus Castrorum. Rem, Primus Pilus, or Pilus Prior. Quo, Primi Ordines, or Centurion. Pure Optio, Terracius, or Decurion. O, and Duplicarius, or Legionarius. Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. Oh god, there's more. Specialist, Nan, Chief Engineer, or Engineer. Well, that was Nero. Was Nero Nan something or other, right? Mal, Primus Medicus, or Senior Magitech Technician. Lux, Chief Medicus, or Magitech Technician. Tahir, and Jen. Interesting. He was near a toll. Okay. Sitnan Garland. Right, that's what I was thinking about. Absolute fucking vibes on this soundtrack, though. You're not wrong. Ooh, Marolith. Hang on. Can I... What do we got here? Yeah, but I don't want to pause the idle camera. I want to... Can I cause it to... go to the next? Well, that's an interesting thing. It looks like almost mushroom-shaped rocks. That's a curious guardian for a library, isn't it? Garlian hierarchy goes from Z as highest ranks to A as lowest rank. Oh, it was alphabetical. I didn't even notice that. Public officials: Eil, Dictator or Princeps Senatus, Het Consul, Praetor, Tribunus, Plebis. But yeah, that's the thing about the Garlian Empire, right? There's so much based on the Roman Empire, to the point of like literally using Latin and Pig Latin to sort of indicate the ranks of their characters. Like, there's so much based on the Roman Empire, right? Which again is that thing of like, how does Japanese games and Japanese media, how does that engage with like concepts and principles from Western history? And we see that like with Final Fantasy 16 recently, where dear Yoshida can't quite stop putting his entire goddamn foot all the way down his throat and out of his own ass, talking about how, oh, we did research on European history and that means no people of color, which is like, no, you dumb motherfucker. But like, sort of the ways in which like that's interpreted through his particular Japanese lens, which is like, you sure about that, buddy? Are you quite sure? Are you quite sure? Are you quite entirely 100% sure that there were no people of color in medieval Europe? Are you entirely sure that's the argument you want to go with in your world full of fantasy dragons and like hot ladies with feathers that you can summon and get stepped on? Really very badly foot in his own mouth. Anyway, this hierarchy extends to the general populace as well, though it is far less complex. The majority of citizens bear the Bash title. Wait, are they all Bash? They're all Bash. As go Bash. It's the whole civilization of Basses. Okay, yeah. And there's a smaller group which appears to be comprised of respected artisans who have adopted the Sen title. The An title is bestowed upon the peoples annexed territories and indicates that they lack even the most basic rights afforded to citizens. However, many Garlians view this as an opportunity rather than a condemnation, as citizenship may be granted to those who have demonstrated exceptional skills, as well as those who have contributed 20 or more years in military. That's directly the Roman Empire. That is the exact strategy used by the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire... Ooh, the Demon Wall, or book. The Roman Empire for centuries used the promise, the offer, and the carrot of citizenship in the Roman Republic as a promised reward for conquered peoples if they subordinated themselves to the empire, if they served, if they entered the Roman legions and helped them conquer more territory. And the territory that was conquered was then used to pay the people who helped conquer it, and then the people who were displaced from that territory were told, hey, you want some farmland to settle on? Why don't you become a Roman citizen by joining the military and helping us conquer some more land that we can then... that we can then reward you with. And that was a strategy that worked for a while, for quite a long while, actually. It worked for a good long while, as this sort of self-sustaining engine of constant conquest and outwards expansion. But then it kind of collapsed in on itself, because at some point the empire just got too big. It couldn't administer itself. There were economic downturns. There was like... The fall of the Roman Empire is a contentious part of European history, like whether the Roman Empire fell, what it means for the empire to fall, like how does the Byzantine Empire count into this? Like, that's a very contentious subject, but the expansionist imperialist policies just failed under their own weight. Like, it expanded too far, it expanded too much, and it just like couldn't sustain itself ultimately. And because so much power was in the hands of the military, the soldiers who went out conquering new land for Rome in exchange for citizenship and shit, they weren't really loyal to the Republic at all. Like, they weren't loyal to Rome, they were loyal to the generals that were leading them, because it was the generals who had the power to reward them with land and like conquered spoils. And when you are a general and you have this huge army that's personally loyal to you, and then Rome says, well, that was a good job you did there, Mr. General. Here's a tiny little reward for all the good work you did. You might come home with your big army of soldiers and go, hey, how about I get more reward, actually? How about I get all of the reward? How about I fuck the Senate and I become the emperor? And that's how you get civil wars, you know? The hilarious thing about Garlian... Oh, Kakanaga! Hey, welcome along. And its inspirations changes almost every interview depending on what interview you're reading. Final Fantasy XIV lore is wildly inconsistent and changes every couple of years. Oh, so like League of Legends. And Marvel Comics. And, yeah. Oh, there go all the chill vibes. So, if this thing is based on the Demon Wall, I have to imagine that it has an insta-kill attack somewhere. Like, it has some means by which it can instantly murder me. Okay, so we need to go back here. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so now that thing is there, and now it's here. Okay. Huh. Ooh, slidey.
I have my pride.
And I am very confused. But I'm not dead yet, so that's something. There we go. Boy. But yeah, we should totally talk about the Imperialism in Final Fantasy XIV sometime. Yeah, I hear that Stormblood is a good time to talk about Final Fantasy XIV's relationship with Imperialism. Stormblood caused boycotts in Korea and in China. Yeah, oh boy. Well, that sounds fun. I say that genuinely, actually. I always find that very interesting to talk about, but, you know, maybe a rather ugly subject. Go and bucket yourself! What the hell? Did he just tell me to go fuck myself? Specifically, that creature just told me to go and do anal sex on myself. Hey! Oh! I remember you. That's fully a Final Fantasy V reference. So there is a great library in Final Fantasy V that you go to, and you go to, like, you fight these books as random encounters that sort of open on random pages, and page 64 there is one of the monsters that can pop out of that. Aw. That's kind of nice to see. I remember when I interviewed Yoshi P about a certain outfit set, he blamed the Korean dev team for it and said they had to put out a separate statement saying that no, they did not. Oh my god. Was it a thing of, like, did it have, like, a rising sun on it or something? The Taisho set, which was reminiscent of occupation-era Korean outfits Korean people were forced to wear during Japanese occupation. Oh my god. Really? How does that make it past quality control? Like, that just seems like the sort of thing that they should have someone in charge of making sure doesn't happen. Huh, let's see. Chapter 1, the 6 nativities and myriad creation. The spark of lightning ignites when it strikes, and thus fire is born. The heat of fire renders to ash all that it touches, and thus earth is born. The density of earth shuns sun and harbors cold, and thus ice is born. The armor of ice melts away, and thus water is born. The moistness of water mists and rises, thus wind is born. The gusts and sighs of wind gather the clouds, and thus lightning is born. Chapter 2, the three conquests, boundless and unwavering. Earth grounds lightning, water erodes earth, lightning boils water. Fire is extinguished by wind, ice is melted by fire, wind is obstructed by ice. Also ground. That is a weird system. Sounds almost like a creation myth, though. Ooh, hello. Is it just me, or does that kind of look like statues of Voidborn? Does that mean anything? Is that relevant? Though there is some debate as to whether or not Melwe Bluffishvan? I guess Bluffishvan, yeah. Melwe Bluffishvan and her League of Lost Bastards were the first Eorzeans to discover the Western continent. There's no denying that their navigational charts were instrumental in establishing the major trade routes of today. Moreover, the accounts from their expedition are widely regarded as both informative and entertaining. Of particular note is their first encounter with the Mamul Ja, as well as other indigenous peoples and creatures, which seemed curiously intent on their demise. Yeah, no, I can't imagine. I can't imagine, like, when you sail along big ships with guns and shit, and you show up and people would be hostile to you. Why? Why would they be mad about that? Why would they be upset if you show up and it's like, hey, we want to have your things? I can't see why. Historically, when people from strange countries have shown up on a place with ships, saying, hey, we'd like to trade, that's always worked out well for everyone. Never any problems. These travel journals have since inspired a legion of explorers and treasure hunters to retrace the League's journey. And yet, in spite of their numbers, the existence of a bleeding city of gold remains unconfirmed. Reminder, Limsa is the least problematic of the three city-states. I mean, yeah, for a given value of least. I mean, at least they're not Ul'dah. You can always get worse, right? Okay, so you can't really read none of that, but... Why is there a spine running up? Oh, Whale Whiskers, thank you for subscribing. I mean, that looks a little eldritch, doesn't it? Because that looks like almost like a Zerg claw, actually. And then with a bit of a Nautilus shell fossilized into it. How strange. Anything back here? No. God, the music fucking Ooh, hello. You're not a behemoth, are you? No, not a behemoth. Oh, you're Biplos! Hey, buddy! Aw, it's nice to see you here. That's another Final Fantasy V boss. Damn it. I keep forgetting that my thing is set to the other button. It's another Final Fantasy V boss. Big monster stuck inside a book. Who you fight in the Great Library in that game as well. Very faithful recreation of him, too. Presume I need to destroy you. Okay. Do I need to drag these thing into him? Yeah! Because in Final Fantasy V, he's weak to fire specifically. And, like, you get Ifrit in the library, right? And so Ifrit is like a thing that you can summon to kick his ass. Okay, back on the book. So now, just gonna... Hey, Alphino's doing it too. Good boy. It's nice to see them recreating that. I wouldn't have guessed it weak to fire. It's a book monster, Alphino. Come on. Oh, the wind stuff kills your blue balls, but not in a good way. Phrasing. Yeesh, you did that on purpose. Oh, now the nature of the thing changes. So we have fancy library here, with all its polished walls and vaulted ceilings. And then now, ooh, with big brick walls, like big boulder walls. And now descending into the dark depths of the books that glow red. The Forbidden Library.
Environmental storytelling.
There's almost to some sections of this music, there's almost a bit of a Persona vibe, like in the instrumentation. A little bit of that Persona 5, like Wurlitzer, like chill progression kind of thing. Not quite the same aesthetic, but like a little bit of the same. So that looks like the same creatures as the ones they had statues of above. The implication being then that the Sharlayans were, summoning these creatures from forbidden tomes, or at least had the power to do that. Was that a thing of, like, they sort of turned to forbidden powers at some point or another, and there was some kind of corruption narrative? I wonder if these books are forbidden. I wonder if we're supposed to understand that you shouldn't, that those are bad books that you shouldn't touch. I don't know. I can't read. Let's see. Beauty is ephemeral, but it needn't be. My Lady Amandine knows this well, lovely creature that she is. Would that I could have had the genuine article in my keeping, but alas, I shall have to settle for a pale imitation. The vessel is not quite up to my usual standards, but beggars can't be choosers, as they say. I washed and anointed it as per the instructions, and then secured it to the bed with chains. Wouldn't want her to get ideas above her station. Oh no! God, just the thought of it is enough to get my blood pumping. I can hardly wait to welcome my beloved succubus into this world. I'm sure that turned out well for him. Blah. Freak. It's the Ulda Goldsmith's diary. So that tells us something about, Hawk Manor, as people are pointing out in chat. Some ugly things. The Grodanian Goldsmith is a long-running in-joke in Final Fantasy XIV. Oh, hello.
Are you bad enough to destroy Facebook?
Facebook. Ha! Okay, nice. Anyway, he doesn't seem to be in a hurry, so I'm just gonna... The tentacles? So many tentacles! The sound of it writhing on the bed. God, just listening to it is an agony. I've made a terrible mistake. He summoned Ultros. Well, your music is very dramatic, and you have a very cool little character design. The ever-living Bibliotoph. A little bit, the lips there, and like the nose rings are maybe a little bit, but other than that... My victory pose is still so lame! Oh, for time to pore over this collection. Now then, where might Master Matoya's tome be?
I can scarcely take another hot...
See. Anything interesting in here? No, not really a very interesting boss arena. Any of this gear better than what I had? I guess so. There's a boss, if you bring a Mikot, and only if you bring a Mikot, it can open up and reveal a fat cat within it. What, really? Hey! That is 5 out of 6. Almost got my cheek powers back. love him. He's adorable.
So this is the tome. Excellent. Let us take it to Master Matoya at once.
Oh, I see there's been a murder again. Why is it every time I exit from somewhere, someone has been murdered? Is that a Sephiroth? Oh my fucking god. It took me a second. It took me a fucking second. Oh my god. You fucking nerds. I was like, wait, white hair, long sword, those pauldrons. Wait a minute. Fucking hell, honestly. And I do believe in Final Fantasy VII, Sephiroth also has a little horn on his hip that he kind of goes every once in a while. Oh my god. That is a melody from Final Fantasy V, I believe. It's the music box that's associated with Bart's. Man, fucking hell. I still can't get over that. Ooh. I think I've seen that dress before, but I like that with those gloves. Pretty good. Rock, you're a little bit in the way there, buddy. Man. People just... Ma'am? Oh, good luck. Right, there was people redeemed the thing, I think. Cly, yes. And Alice and Ariadne. That was Alice and Ariadne. I didn't catch the name when she was down there. I was too focused on the glams. I mean, that is genuinely very cool. I think there is, like, there is a purchasable thing that's, like, specifically Aerith's jacket from the remake, right? But... that is, like, that's really well done for making a Sephiroth glam. Like, with the tools that are available in 14, that's really well done. Like, the pauldrons are, like, kind of the big thing, and then, like, the... yeah. That's really good. Like, the staff is a great choice as well for Aerith. That's excellent. I really like. That's really well done. Like, that's good costuming to be recognizable even while being, well, even while not being literally dressed up in, like, a purchasable costume for them. Anyway, there was also Clea, I assume. Yeah, it's Bloodleaf again. Yes. I like the leggings, or the stockings, whatever they are. I like that. That actually works really well. It's interesting because, like, that darkens... huh. That's... curious. Okay. Because that darkens the thing so you get, like, a more bottom-heavy... yeah. It is a very bottom-heavy design that you've got here specifically. Like, because you have all of this, right? Like, all of this, like, the stuff that's hanging off and, like, the feathers and the thing, everything. And then also, like, the stockings, and then, like, all the detail on the shoes. So you have a design that's very bottom-heavy, where, like, a lot of the detail's down here, and not a lot is up here. So I think you could probably get away with, like a hat, or some of those little fancy feathery headgear pieces that you can get. Like, you could probably get away with putting more on top of it as well, if that's something you wanted to do. Because I like the stockings there. Like, I like that dark surface that they add down at the bottom of the design. It's interesting. Let's see. A smattering of screenshots of my Gatherer glamour, including reshade and a bit of modding. Includes a close-up on the hand and the showing off of the fur pattern because I'm in love with it. Didn't necessarily want a miner, a botanist, or a fishing glamour, but mostly just the idea of someone who would do hard physical work in the heat, and of course some eye candy. I would like to also point out the belly because mods can actually add some body diversity, and I love it. Also some non-lighting shots because unfortunately this shirt looks a little off in the direct lighting. Yeah, I was gonna comment on that seemed to be a very different Hrothgar body type than whatever was available when I was making Brick. Because you seem to have a little bit of a pouch going on there, a little bit of a belly. Like instead of, because like most Hrothgar are like shredded, like 12-pack shredded, like really 0% body fat built, in a way that's like that's for me it's always been a little bit weird. Like that's the when you have this big ass like huge chunky guy body type and that's sort of the only thing you got. So it's kind of nice to see someone like building something that specifically sort of represents, because this is more akin to what the body type of like a powerlifter would be, or someone who actually has real physical strength. Bodybuilders are not actually that strong. I mean, they're stronger than most people, don't get me wrong. They do a lot of working out, but they're not actually that strong relative to what a powerlifter can do. And powerlifters tend to have much higher body fat. They tend to have much more bulk around their gut, especially like because they need so much power in their like core in order to do those great feats of strength. And so that's also the kind of body type that you would get on someone who's like a hard physical laborer for a very long time, is like if they have enough food, like if they have proper nutrition and they aren't being like worked to the bone, you get more of that. Like you get more of that really solid, strong central core. On this. So I like that. I like that there's a little bit of that diversity. I like the use of like bright pink and black also. Like it's a little bit fruity, brackets complementary in a way that I quite like. And it's also like it's a good contrast, right? Like anything is a good contrast against black because black is the darkest contrast. But here it just makes it kind of pop. I would say, like, you could probably continue... I don't know what you can do with modding specifically, but, like, you could probably continue dragging, like, the modeled pattern, like, having that speckled a little bit down the arms, for example, might be a fun way to sort of connect them together so that they look less like sort of disconnected islands of color. But no, yeah, that's pretty cool. And, like, if you're going for, like, someone who's just, like, a hard laborer, like I said, the body type is a great choice. And, like, the shirt wrapped around the waist and, like, those big, thick, sort of sensible pants and like thick leather shoes, those are good choices for that, I think. And then is there a little accessory or something hanging off the... I can't really get a good look at it, but I feel like there's a little accessory hanging off the side there, like a braid or something. That's also a good pick on that. Anyway, bonk. Let's get... I just got Megalovania. Live on stream. Megalovania.
I take it you found the tome. Well, let's see it then. Aye, this is it, all right. I must say, the experience brought back memories. Just like the old days, you still sent people into the thick of danger as if it were nothing more than a mundane errand. But we were able to accomplish our tasks thanks to Peroraga. He's an eminently capable familiar, a creation worthy of the great master Matoya, and to simply witness him in action gave me a better understanding of arcane entities. Should the opportunity present itself, I should very much like to employ this knowledge for the betterment of mankind. Create a new variety of carbuncle, perhaps. Don't get ahead of yourself, boy. Wiswar's grandson or no, it'll take another decade under me before you can call yourself a scholar, and a deal more than that to make you a scholar worth a damn.
Get his ass.
As you've gathered, Master Matoya is not easily impressed.
Indeed. So shall we examine the tome?
Hey, I can fly now. Thank God. I spent some time off stream going around grabbing the ether currents.
I had not thought to behold this tome again. There. It is deciphered. Now your friend should be able to make sense of the contents. That said, it's one thing to understand the workings of the etheric converter, and another to actually make it work. You do realize how much ether is required.
Sid is keenly aware of the energy dilemma. His airship is by no means large, and it can only bear a limited quantity of crystals.
If only we had white auracite in the etheric siphon.
Alas, Minfilia is missing along with both artifacts, and Moonbreeder is gone.
Would that there were another ready wellspring of energy for us to draw upon.
Why did it not occur to us before? We already have what we need, the Eye! It has been drawing ether into itself for as long as the Great Worms have lived. It is a veritable wellspring of energy.
It might just suit our needs. But is this energy something that can be harnessed at will?
I believe so, with the aid of the Azure Dragoon of Ishgard.
Then it is settled. Let us return to the Holy See at once.
Stola, wait. When did the light fade from your eyes?
I might have known that it would not escape your notice. It has been this way since I returned from the life stream. An after effect of the teleportation magic I invoked, most like.
They are called forbidden spells for a reason. What were you thinking, girl?
I have no regrets. I but did what was necessary to preserve the light of hope, to keep my promise to Minfilia. Besides, it afforded me the rare opportunity to wander the ether, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
I need not tell you that it consumes your very life force to see by sensing the ether around you. Take care of yourself. Do you hear me?
I will, Master Matoya. And thank you.
Blind, then. That explains the eyes.
As if you could conceal it from her, of all people. Pay me no mind. I was but thinking aloud. Thanks to your customarily heroic efforts, we now possess the knowledge to build an etheric ram. All that remains is to secure its energy source. Let us hasten back to Ishgard and consult Sir Emmerich regarding the eye.
Your very life force. Yeah, sure, localization team, sure. Is that a translation error? It's a mistranslation and she isn't dying, just getting exhausted and drained more quickly. Okay. Because I was about to be like, are they setting her up to die as well? Like, is she going to be the next one to go? Because I was just getting used to the idea that Lucia might be.
I'm glad that you and yours are safe. Ah, you are returned.
Samric, I'm pleased to see that your recovery proceeds apace. May I introduce Y'shtola, a fellow scion of the Seventh Dawn and Archon of Garlian?
My lord, pray excuse me for forgoing true pleasantries, but we seek your counsel regarding the etheric ram. Though we now possess the knowledge to build such a device, we yet lack an appropriate source of energy with which to power it. We believe, however, that Ishgard may possess the solution to our problem.
You need not apologize, my lady. Full eager am I to learn of your progress. Please tell me of this energy source that you believe we possess.
Let me explain by gesturing with my hands and flapping my lips.
Are you certain that the eye can lend its power to Master Matoya's etheric converger?
At Estinian's command, yes.
Very well. I shall speak with him.
My thanks, Samric.
Nay, my friend, 'tis I who should thank you, as should every Ishgardian. You labor in our name with nary a care for your own safety.
Let us next speak with Sid. He'll doubtless be eager to begin the work on the etheric ram.
I sort of like the idea that by the end of this, we're just going to get an airship with a goat strapped to the front. Jojo. I love that dress. But the hat is like the thing that makes it. That's really cool. I see it's fashion day. Oh, nice. I like the boots there. Like, the boots are pretty good with that. Like, with the belt buckles on them. Then next to, like, the belt. Yeah, that's really good. Anyway, don't get distracted. What do you think? Looks like a different ship, doesn't it? I mean, yeah. Rather. I like the flames. the fucking hot rod flames. Oh, that is beautifully lame.
But sleep deprivation won't kill me, I suppose. But if it does, well, I'll have all the sleep I want and the jug will be on Biggs. Most folk know Master Garland is a genius inventor. It is only when you come to work for him that you realize he's a goddamned tyrant taskmaster. Just don't tell him I said that, all right?
Yeah, you're back. The preliminary work on the Enterprise is more or less finished. Tell me you found a way to build the etheric ram.
Greetings, Sid. It has been a while.
Yeah, do you want to say hi to Y'shtola, Sid, at all? Do you want to, like... Okay, you haven't seen her for a while. She's presumed dead? No? Okay.
This tome contains the fruit of my former master's research on a device known as an etheric converger. Our ram should operate on the self-same principle.
Yeah, where are my manners? Put a toy like this in my hand and I go off into my own world. God, it's good to see ya. Oh, I'm bearing a gift besides. A very distracting one, if I might add. If I didn't know better, I'd think it was my name day. But there will be time for tearful reunions later. I'll make a start on the tome right away. As long as I have a grasp of the fundamentals, I should be able to knock something together. Which leaves the small matter of the energy source.
We believe we found the solution to that problem as well.
Take a bath, Estinian! Jesus Christ! My guy! You have had time! For God's sake.
Pray forgive us our lateness.
The power of the eye is not to be drawn upon lightly, but I believe we have sufficient cause to do so.
So, this is the fabled eye. By the 12, it seethes. 'Tis a wonder such power can be contained, much less controlled.
Ah, boys, our friends have kind of provided all the ingredients. Let's see if we can't make something out of them.
You'll hurt the chief. We're not resting until the etheric ram is operational. Not one wink or slate.
Oh, damn, I can't talk about family.
It's said in a bit of in-game dialogue somewhere that he does go to a certain bathhouse frequently. A bathhouse, you say? Oh, that's really cute. Yeah. The white, like the white boots and stocking, or the thigh highs? Good choice here, I think.
Just received the notice of acceptance. I have a new job in a much better place. Hope everything is going as nice for everyone else here.
Hey, congratulations, Tatsuke. Good on ya. Oh. Oh, holy shit. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Ah, fuck minimalism. You go, girl. I like that. Like, it's a, color-wise, it's a complete disaster, but, like, complimentary. In a good way. In a good way, this is all over the fucking place. Like, and that's also, like, that's the thing is, like, I talk a lot about, like, outfits that are really well composed and well put together. That are really well composed and well put together, but you can also, as a piece of character design, you can also choose to do something that's really loud, right? Like something that's really loud, something that has a lot of color, something that clashes with itself. That is also, like, even if it's like, it's not as slick, it's not as sleek, it's not as baseline appealing, that still creates character, right? Like, you look at this person and you're like, oh, okay, that's not just some random fucking nobody, that is someone who's got something going on, right? That's someone who's got something going on. Damn, that's cool. That's that rules. That rocks. I like that. Anyway, and that seems like a perfectly good note to cut an episode on. We've been to some places. We've done some library stuff. We've unlocked the technology to do the etheric rams, and we can bust through the things and do the thing at the thing. And then we can kill the Pope. So, thank you very much for watching along. If you've enjoyed hanging out in the world of Final Fantasy XIV with me, you can hit the like, comment, and or subscribe buttons down below. That'll let you know when new episodes are coming out. If you want to watch them early, become a member of the channel. If you want to watch them being recorded live, head on over to the Twitch channel. And if you want to watch the full VODs of the entire streams without any of the stuff that gets, with all of the stuff that gets edited out, rather, you can subscribe to the Twitch, because that's where the VODs are. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to be kind to one another. Have solidarity with those who are worse off than yourselves, and may the tides of history wash gently over us all.